Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Talig. This is our walkthrough review of the topic pre-colonial to contemporary Philippine literature using higher order thinking skills and critical thinking questions. So, what's our technique? Our technique is the master memory using Glenn, Glenn framework. Glenn, G stands to geographic, L for linguistic, E for ethnic, N is for nature of the period. Again, Glenn, G is geographic, L is linguistic, E is ethnic or cultural, and N is nature of the period, which focus on the themes and purposes. So let's begin. The first period is the pre-colonial, which started before Christ to 1564. All right, the Q memory during this period is oral roots. Oral roots. The characteristics, of course, we make use of oral tradition. Second, community-based. Third, nature, gods, and heroes. These are the focus as the key characteristics during this period. The forms are Bogtong, Salawigain, Tanaga, folk songs like the Oyai, Ambahan, Tagay, and also the myths, legends, epics, for example, Biyag Nilamang and Darangen. Or in this period, remember that if the questions as to why repetitive, why rhyme dominate, simply because it is memory preservation in oral tradition. It focuses on memory preservation in oral tradition. Second, we have the Spanish period from 1565 to 1898. Remember, we have cross plus crown. Cross plus crown. The characteristics, it is religious and secular. Cross plus crown. Religious and secular, Spanish influence, and Christianity centered. The key terms in this period, we have Doctrina Cristiana, Pasion, we have also Cenaculo, we have Awit, and Corrido. We have to critically think of this. Literature was used as control and conversion. Control and conversion, remember, cross and crown, and not expression. So that is the critical insight and this period. Third, we have the nationalistic or propaganda period. Nationalistic or propaganda period, remember this, we have pen plus, or pen equals revolution. So we make use of pen. The purpose is to awaken nationalism and expose colonial abuse. The key writers in this period, we have Rizal, we have Del Pilar, Diaryong Tagalog, we have Jacinto with his Liwanag at Dilim. Think of this. During this period, if the text attacks injustice, that is under propaganda literature. Propaganda. All right, let's proceed to the fourth. We have American period, 1898 to 1941. Memory cue is English training. During the American period, the characteristics, we have English as medium of writing. And during this period, it is focused on apprenticeship to emergence. The key texts in this period, we have Dead Stars, we have Footnote to Youth. All right, for the analysis in this period, stories were focused on internal conflict. Remember this, internal conflict and not revolution. We have the fifth, we have the Japanese occupation period from 1941 to 1945. Remember three words, we have short, we have simple and symbolic. Short, simple, and symbolic. It is fiction dominated, scarcity of themes is prevalent, and it is Tagalog preferred or Tagalog preference. Example, the Lupang Tinubuan. And if language is simple but meaning is deep, there goes wartime censorship effect. So if language is simple but meaning is deep, that goes to wartime censorship effect. And we have the sixth, we have the rebirth of freedom from 1945 to 1970. Remember this, don't forget, voice return, voice return. So during this period, There has had been a literary explosion. Palanca Awards were evident. Master of English and Filipino were prevalent. Writers in this period, we have, to name a few, Nick Joaquin, N.V.M. Gonzalez, Jose Garcia Villa. And we have the seventh contemporary period from 1970 to present. Remember this: symbols under silence. Symbols under silence. The themes were martial law, protest literature, social realism. Examples: we have political essays, speeches like that of Correa Aquino and Leni Robredo. And we have to remember during this period, critically, writers used allegory to avoid censorship. Let's have sample questions, review questions for you to answer. Number one, which period best fits a literary work written in simple Tagalog, focusing on survival and scarcity with implicit resistance? American, Japanese, occupation, Spanish, or contemporary? Of course, the answer is Japanese occupation. Why? Because it matches wartime simplicity and censorship. Question number two, why is Biag ni Lamang classified as pre-colonial literature? A, it is written in English. B, focuses on romance. C, oral tradition and heroism. D, religious content. The answer is, of course, oral tradition and heroism. Next, question three. A speech calling for courage during a pandemic best reflects which period? A. Rebirth of freedom. B. Contemporary. C. Japanese occupation. D. American. Your answer is. Oh, letter B. Contemporary. Okay? Remember this since it is a review. When we speak of oral tradition, that's pre-colonial. Religious dominance, that's Spanish. National awakening, that's propaganda. English mastery, that's American. Simple symbolic prose, that's Japanese. Protest and freedom, that's contemporary. Remember, Philippine literature is not just about dates and authors. It is the voice of our people, shaped by geography, language, ethnicity, and history. When in doubt, always apply GLAN. G is geographic, L is linguistic, E is ethnic or cultural, and N is nature of the period. And Hat's questions become answerable. This has been your friend, your teacher, Dr. Talik. Like, share, and keep learning because literature remembers what history sometimes forgets. Bye for now. See you. And the next episode, the next blog 102. So this is 101 saying goodbye and thank you for watching. Bye bye.